Hi, Lucas.
Jan, good to hear you. What's up?
Calling because I've collected some more rubidium. Thought you'd like to know.
Oh, man, that's so great.
Yeah. You can be pretty convincing, you know?
Really? I don't hear that often. My work can be kind of lonely.
Tell me about it. It's good to talk with someone other than myself.
Yeah. You know, I was thinking. Remember how last time I was telling you about how Maxwell got me into all this?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. You said he was going through a tough time himself. What's the story behind that?
Well, I don't know it firsthand, but I heard that years back he was a completely different person. Happily married, house in the suburbs, with a steady academic job that had nothing to do with big tech or politics.
So, human after all.
Then it all just crumbled. One night his life suddenly got upturned, and then it was just a spiral of events. Things started toppling down like dominoes. His work, reputation. Eventually his wife left him.
What happened?
His friend died in a car crash. Horrible accident, drunk driving.
Really? Well, that's sad, but how did losing a friend have such consequences?
Yeah, you know what? I don't know if I want to... if I should go into the details. They're very personal to him. But also... maybe another time when we can talk longer. Bottom line for me is... if it weren't for that horrible accident and Maxwell's loss, I would probably have had a much more miserable life. It's so strange to think how relative life can be. Sometimes it just blows my mind, you know?
Tell me about it.
Yeah, well, no use getting all philosophical, huh? Anyway, well done with the arcs. I really appreciate it.
Thanks. Hey, who knows? Maybe I can secure even more rubidium.
All right, I like the spirit. But let's see what you can do. Every amount makes a difference.
I'll do my best.
Thanks, man. And good luck. I'll 7 out.
Did you manage to find out more about the barrier?
I'm afraid I don't have good news. For a moment, I was hoping we could redirect the ship to another area, but it seems that won't be possible. What we've called the barrier is, in fact, a strong force-filled layer of interlapping distortions. A sort of prism entanglement.
So it's yet another anomaly. Okay, we have ways to deal with them, right? Do you know where it stems from?
You see, that's the problem. It seems to be everywhere. Covering the entire surface like a dome. or a layer of the atmosphere.
Wait, what? No, but are you trying to tell me it was here when I landed?
It must have been here the whole time, looming above us, invisible to the human eye. Fascinating.
So was it?
The cause of your ship's malfunction? It could have been, yes.
So, they recklessly sent us to our deaths? This could have been avoided.
Hindsight is a luxury we all wish we had. I suggest we focus on what's ahead. I believe the nature of this gigantic prism distortion needs to be studied more.
But how? We can't fly.
Right. But we've made fragmentary observations on the surface, and I think we can still learn more. I've located 3 areas with particularly strong interference characteristics that match the electromagnetic fluctuations typical for this kind of distortion. They should be marked on your map. I want you to take a closer look at them and bring me more data.
Definitely something unusual here. Like a giant horizontal branch reaching somewhere. Good. Let me analyze the data properly. Tire tracks. It must be the tour vehicle. At least I know which way they went. location. Looks like some kind of root system. I'm getting some quite extraordinary readings from there. Detectors and cargo left. Maneuvering here must have been a nightmare. I'm done here. Should I do this now? Running out of storage space, you know? Those rocks look like they collapsed recently. There's definitely something on the other side, but I can't drill through here. Okay, this looks promising. The light. Almost there. Is that a shelter? There you are. You okay? Huh. Seriously? That what you want to talk about? What the hell were you thinking? You got some guts to follow us all the way down here. Don't you get it? The party's over. You're going to die if you stay out here any longer. Anything's better than serving as lab-grown meat for Maxwell's experiments. You're right. It was a mistake to trust him. I learned some disturbing things about his project. To be honest, the man is starting to scare me too. Oh yeah? Tell that to Tabula Rasa. Your mistakes actually have consequences for others. Admitting to them won't take that back. So, you really want to stay out here? How do you intend to survive the sun? In the tour vehicle? Are you kidding me? That thing is good protection against radiation, but it won't withstand the sunrise. Only a proper shelter will. And this place provides the perfect terrain for one. So that's what you're building. Yeah. And it's no picnic, so why don't you get back to your base and just let me get on with it? Is there anything I can do? Yeah, let it go. Do you have enough food? That's none of your business. You don't have enough food. There's not enough of anything, okay? Are you happy? But I don't want your fucking help. Just go, okay? You're making things worse. Nice. I don't know that movie. I've got a sort of
cube-like structure growing upward. Upward, you say? Yes. I think I know how we could use that information. I think I'm starting to see something here. I know what you mean. They seem connected. Come back to the base and we'll talk more. Come and find me when you have a moment. So, what do you make of the data we collected? Interesting. Very interesting. The three fragments of the interval apparently form a single structure. Right. Yeah, it almost looked like it could be part of a gigantic tree of some sort. A huge vertical framework on a proximity plane. It could be our way up. A way up? How do you mean? For what? Reaching the barrier and destroying it. But I don't understand. It's not even there, physically. And that is exactly the issue we will have to solve. What would you say if I told you we should look for a way to materialize that structure? A way to materialize the interval? Knowing you, I'm pretty sure you already have one. Of course I don't. It's not that simple, Jan. But I do have an initial plan. Based on all the data we've collected so far, I think I came up with a way to disintegrate this barrier. Fragmentize the prism entanglement. But it can't be done from down here. You're going to have to reach for the sky, and that structure seems to be the best way to get there. But is that even possible? To make it physically accessible? What if I told you Professor Frankov believed it was possible? Just get to the point. You see, Frankov devised a theoretical experiment in which he proved that if an electromagnetic field was powerful enough, it could pull a proximity plane closer to us. We can be the first to put his theory to practice, because we have something that no one else had before us. Rubidium. Oh. That's bold. Bold. Dangerous. And necessary. So you really think you can do it? I know it sounds impossible, but if we pull this off, there's so much more to gain than just our survival. A scientific breakthrough. and we can play a leading role in it. What do you want me to do? The fragmenting device I told you about, I've drawn up a raw design for you to start building it. And I'll set to work on reconstructing Frankov's theory and finding a way to materialize that structure for us. It is possible. I simply know it.
I found our rebellious party. They're alive. Looks like they have no bad intentions, just want to be left alone.
What for? To die in that exploration vehicle?
They're building a shelter.
Oh, please. Spare me the details. They should be putting those skills to use here, helping us, not making a sophisticated grave for themselves. Quitters.
I thought you'd like to know that I ran into a completely new kind of anomaly. First thing that came to my mind was that it's some sort of a prism distortion.
Really? What gave you that thought?
It kind of fits your description of that barrier in the sky, only smaller and down here. I think you called it a prism entanglement, right?
Wise of you to bring it to me. Any observations on interaction?
Well, it didn't seem to do anything specific to me physically. No radiation. But it sure was messing with my brain. Felt as if I was in several different places at once.
In a way, you might have been.
Huh? You mean?
Remember how I told you that anomalies are places where our world intersects with the interworld? Well, what you're describing suggests a distortion in which it comes into contact with not one, but many proximity planes. Entering it is likely to evoke a sensation of being in several parallel realities at the same time. Calling it a prism is accurate, because it refracts your consciousness into many simultaneous states.
Neat. Who needs altering, huh?
Take it easy. It's just a sensation. You'd best not spend too much time inside them. Plus, I suppose it must make exploration very inconvenient.
Can I destroy them like the others?
It should be possible. You just need to locate all of its cores and take them down one by one.
All right. Thanks for the tip.
Jan, we need more storage space.
wrapping things up here. Should I go there next? Do you want me to help with that? I'm done here. Should I do this now? I'm done here. Should I do this now? I'm wrapping things up here. Should I go there next?
Any chance of reuniting our crew?
I'm done here. Should I do this now? What the hell is this thing?
A custom-built rubidium-infused electromagnetic field generator. Normally, electromagnetic waves operate on a limited frequency spectrum. But with the extreme nature of rubidium particles, the possibilities become infinite. The frequency spectrum can be stretched so that our waves will be able to penetrate all potential landscapes and disturb their magnetic fields. In effect, pulling the proximity plane towards us, just like a magnet.
Really? It's that simple?
I prefer the word elegant, provided it works as expected. It would be much more reasonable to test this theory in a safer environment before putting it to such extreme use.
Well, we don't seem to have the luxury of testing anything in a safe environment. So I guess we'll just have to close our eyes and push the button.
Maybe your ignorance is a blessing in this case, because we don't have a choice. We are treading on thin ice here. Once activated, the module will start emitting an extremely powerful electromagnetic field affecting not only the outside world, but also inside the base. The effects are hard to predict, but it could be everything from instruments malfunctioning to the entire base being annihilated within minutes.
Oh, sounds encouraging.
Once we turn this thing on, and the internal structure materializes, you will need to act quickly. Climb it as fast as you can. Penetrate the prism entanglement, place the fragmenting device there, and press start. While you're up there, the rest of us will be fighting to keep the base in one piece. And if there's anything I can tell you for sure, it's that we will not be able to hold the fort for long.
So, I only get one shot.
Exactly. That's why it's vital that we have all hands on deck.
Good point. The team's not ready for this kind of challenge.
Then make sure it is, because we'll need to be flawlessly prepared. Battery packs, robust radiation protection, abundant repair kits on stock. There'll be no time to resupply, no way for you to come back to the base mid-mission. And no time for the rest of us to take care of anything other than protecting the base from falling apart.
And here I was, thinking you'd give me a pep talk.
Well, you're getting cold facts instead. Here's one crucial point. It will be wisest to start in the morning. You don't know how long it will take you to get up there, and the last thing you'd want to encounter is night radiation on top of that structure.
What if you can't hold it up for as long as I need? And the whole thing dematerializes while I'm up there?
Like I said, you'll need to be fast, and we'll need to be strong.
Right.
When you're ready to start, go to the foot of the structure and call me on the radio. On your signal, I'll activate this beast, and we'll see what kind of hell we've unleashed.
All right, I'm ready. Let's get this party started.
It's not looking good down here. The base is under extreme pressure. Man center is on the fritz. I got some badass looking fumes in here. Put that grid of yours to work and get rid of it. Dead. Get it up and running. We need more repair kits ASAP. We have a surge of electrostatic discharges. Instruments are unstable. But your battery might actually profit from that anomaly. Something fell on my fucking head. Mayday, mayday!
Damn it! Prism anomaly. Slowed me down. I need to press on.
Looks like we have a short circuit in the research lab. And I will need to continue. I'll go. You... damn it. Okay. Yeah, you take care of it. Jan, we're not gonna hold on for much longer. Get up there and destroy that son of a bitch.
Almost there. What? Come on. Not more anomalies.
The materializer, it's gonna give in. Launch the device, quick.
Yes! I made it. Here goes.
Get the hell out of there! It's going to disintegrate! You need to get down now!
No other way down. Holy shit! Talk about a close shave. Okay. Let's see how things are going back at the crib.
Cheers. Welcome back. Man, once we're...
Okay, team, we made it. The rescue ship is gonna be able to land.
I have to say, all this time I was trying hard not to think about how much the odds were against us. But we beat them. We beat the odds. It's incredible.
I'm proud to be here with you, right now, in this moment. I'll never forget this feeling.
And what a ride, man.
But it's not over yet. There's two things we need to discuss. One, after talking to Maxwell, we decided that it's better for your safety if the crew doesn't know you exist. So, you need to be smuggled on board that ship. Let me get this straight. You want to smuggle us on board that ship? I don't know about you guys, but to me, that has trouble written all over it.
All right. And what about the other thing?
Okay, here comes problem number 2. I learned some disturbing things about Maxwell's experiments, and I'm not sure we can trust him to stick to his word and keep you safe from harm. Which means we might want to think of a way to take control of that ship ourselves. Guide it out of their reach, somewhere they can't find you.
Heist. And what do we do with all the rubidium?
Once we land, we'd have to abandon the ship with the rubidium on board. Allied Corp would find it eventually, but it would buy us time to get you to safety. Sounds risky and surreal. But I don't think Jan would be bringing that up if the threat weren't real.
Interesting. You do know that the crew of that ship will probably be fully armed? Are you willing to confront a military unit?
I never said anything about fighting them. We need to be smart about this.
Is this the right moment to say that my black belt is fake?
They work for the corporation, which means they'll have their greedy eyes on one thing only: rubidium.
Remember, they have no idea about your existence. We could use that to our advantage. Correct. And we can also predict that they will have to enter the base to salvage any mission-critical documentation. That's the procedure, and they will have to follow it.
Okay, so maybe we could hide outside, wait until they enter the base, and lock them in somehow.
And?
What next?
Locking them inside the base and taking off without them would be a death sentence. But before they die, they'd have enough time to contact Earth and warn everybody. If we're really considering going to war with them, I'd say there's a much safer way to handle it.
Such as?
We could blow up the base, with the rescue team inside. Explosives shouldn't be hard to prepare.
No. There has to be another way than killing. Oh, give me a break. They're mercenaries working for one of the most evil organizations on Earth. Why should we feel sorry for them?
We could let them board the ship without knowing that you're not alone, of course. But just before takeoff, you could simply use some kind of incapacitating agent on them, like a sleeping gas. Of course, you'd have to be prepared for it, devise some kind of upgrade to your suit so that the sleeping agent doesn't have any effect on you. A gas mask. But the biggest problem with that solution is that you'd have to be smart about deploying it. Sneak up to a ventilation shaft when no one is looking. There's no guarantee you'll have an opportunity to do that.
We don't have the time. We're almost there. Do we really want to ruin everything now by being so fucking self-righteous? Okay, I get it.
But we have to decide on something. Why are we so scared of getting our hands dirty? All that talk about the sleeping gas is avoiding reality. Aren't we all trying to stop doing that? Maybe Jan Dolski ain't such a saint after all. Why can't we just take it on the fucking chin for once? If you want my opinion, there's only one factor we need to consider while making this decision. The success of the mission. No. Your safety is what matters most to me. Okay. Whatever you decide, right now we need to focus on the fundamentals. Let's say we dealt with the rescue team one way or another. What then? We'd need to take control of that ship somehow. Which will probably mean we'll have to craft an autopilot device, connect it to the onboard computer, and override the coordinates of our destination. We still need to decide how to smuggle you on board. I presume you already gave it some thought prior to this conversation? I'd like to listen to your ideas first. I just got a funny thought. Don't laugh, but if we learned how to materialize things, can't we dematerialize ourselves? I mean, temporarily, of course. Fine, here's my take. It's not the actual smuggling that's the problem, it's surviving the voyage in cryosleep. And that's going to take a separate, properly designed module. How about a Rapidium arc? The cargo they'll never leave behind. Oh, that's actually interesting. Smart. Simple. Yeah, pretty humiliating, but I kinda like it. A Rapidium arc with a false bottom. That's what we should build. That's it. We need to create a fake Rapidium arc. A Trojan horse Rapidium arc. Oh, I can already hear the war drum beating. Get ready, Earth, for a Jan Dolski invasion. I'm starting to like the dynamic in this room. Yeah, I like it. That's settled. Do we have everything? Almost. Except the last detail. What do you mean? We managed to get on board, hijack the ship, steer it wherever we want. What next, Jan? Have you really thought this through? You said you'd get us to safety. Buy us time to escape and hide, but what about you? Our disappearance might even be beneficial to the corporation. It could be convenient for them if we're gone and buried. But you, they'll be determined to hunt you down. They'll need to have a scapegoat, someone they can blame for losing their ship. And contrary to us, you're an existing person. You can be traced. You can be put on trial. Are you sure you want to do this? Suffer the consequences if they catch you? Don't worry about me. I'll be fine. Let's hope you know what you're doing. Well, we're not going to be able to brainstorm everything out, right? Some things are just out of our control. Well. Look who's gained a new outlook on reality. Let's just do what we do best. I'll activate the beacon, and then we get to work. Oh, I can't wait to give that rescue team a warm welcome. Yes. No time to waste.